Master Sananda here with Pleiadian Portal, and welcome, beautiful. Today I'm going to talk about facing your fears and those unexpected adventures that come your way. I am sitting here on beautiful Mount Shasta near Ascension Rock. For those of you who know the area, I've kind of found my own little hidden escape near it, because it's become a very popular tourist place. And I was just looking for some seclusion and quiet, and you can see it's absolutely beautiful around me, feeling the energies of the love of the mountain. But first I'm going to talk about facing your fears. First of all, it is your choice whether or not you want to face your fears. It's part of the ascension process. It's a part of your freedom. Allowing you to ride that magic carpet. Once you come through that. And I'm going to explain to you what happened to me on my journey here, leaving Montana, going through Eastern Oregon, and this was on day one. And I'm not surprised that this was set up this way. Of course, it was orchestrated through my beautiful friend who came with me. We took turns driving, and I drove through the upper part of Idaho, which was the first new adventure for me, driving through the mountains. It wasn't bad. I handled it. But I guess, first of all, I should talk to you with my fear. My fears of extreme heights over water. And so many people say to me, how can you be afraid of heights? You were a flight attendant. Well, for whatever reason, it's different. And I can tell you there are many flight attendants who have a fear of heights. So I am not alone. But what transpired is, as we got into Eastern Oregon, lovely, I was guided to have her drive, and she had picked this beautiful scenic route. Well, the scenic route took us up into the mountains, into these S curves, kind of like snake curves, where the passenger side is on the canyon side, which I was on, and of course I was going into total meltdown. It's still very fresh in my memory. I knew what was transpiring. I knew I was being placed in this position very lovingly to face this fear. And luckily enough, I was able to find where it was located in my body. I was sitting there in total meltdown, searching my body. I found it. It was past life related, and healed that life. It had to do with a Native American being shot by an arrow. Native American man shot by an arrow, and he fell off back off into a cliff. So much gratitude and love for that lifetime. But going into day two, we are continuing this ride. Thank goodness, yeah, she's always driving. I happen to know just when the right time to switch driving. And we're going through another S curve. Not as, it probably was steeper, but not as, I would say, as dangerous with the cliff sides. But anyway, I felt a shift take place in my heart. But the thing is I stood with it. I allowed it to move through my body. I allowed it to come forward, even though I was in like a meltdown situation, because I wanted to get over it. I was tired. I was done with it because it was so crippling for me. And now, and I also knew I needed to face this because I knew I would be coming up on Mount Shasta by myself. And I can tell you, cruising up Mount Shasta is nothing like that road that I was on. But I can tell you is that each time I did initially first drive up here, that beautiful Native American life that I had, that he would come to me and give me an eagle feather every time I would make it through a curve, because I was still having some cellular memory around it, and not trying to allow my body to go into that immediate known reaction, and calming myself down. And at one point, about, I would say 2 weeks later, he actually came and presented me with a full headdress, and I would say that I guess I graduated and so now I am cruising up and down the mountains. Will I ever go on that road again in Oregon? Probably not. Because I don't like to go back where there were very strong memories. I tend to avoid those places of revisiting them, but I am forever grateful for the lesson because now I am tooling around these mountains and in the area with ease. So I'm just going to show you that no matter where you are at in your ascension journey, these things are going to come up. It is your choice whether or not you want to move through them. And I chose to move through them. And I guess that's just a part of who I am. I can go back to my times in high school where I was always putting myself in situations where I was putting myself out in front of the public, even though I was extremely shy and I was dying inside, but I did it anyway because the desire and the joy was more than the physical feeling that I was going through because I wanted it so bad. And I guess that's just who I am. And I also know that this is part of my soul's mission, stepping forward, being in the public. And this is going to increase over time as I embrace my soul mission moving forward. I also want to talk about, because I've had people reach out to me about this, things that happen to you unexpectedly and thinking that, is this karmic? Have I done something wrong? Why is this happening to me? Well, first of all, sometimes things just happen, okay? So don't get caught up in your head. And sometimes, and actually most of the time, this is happening for a reason. And the reason may not be evident immediately. It may take a day, 2 days, a week, but it usually shows up. So here's a good story for you. This just happened this week. I was out hiking with a beautiful soul, and I guess we both like to tend to go off path, because we were drawn to a certain area, and we were drawn to this beautiful, tall, twin flame tree that has a beautiful doorway through it, and which I will be posting a picture in a short 15-minute video clip within the next day or two following this video. This is healing. Wherever you stood on different parts of the tree, you received a different healing. At least that's what I experienced. Divine masculine on one side, divine feminine on the other side. I was also guided to heal the twin flame, clear the pathway for twin flames for everyone. So I did that while I was there. So as I was stepping back down the mountainside, the slope, I was stepping down into the side, wanting to be grateful, take a different picture from another angle, and my foot slipped and down I went. And as I'm sitting there on my butt, I'm like, okay, composure, hoping I didn't look too stupid, but it is what it is, right? And as I'm moving my foot and placing my hand down to get up, I uncovered a bee hive. And yeah, I moved pretty quickly. So let it be known that I jumped up very quickly as I was being attacked and being stung by these bees and running down the slope with my pack on. And I'm sure that was a sight. Yelling bees and yelling light language, thinking, my human self comes forward and thinking, why did this happen to me? I was just trying to be grateful, and but it is all good. So trying to make this long story short, this beautiful soul, he did a light language healing on me to help remove the venom. To date, after the swelling has gone down, 16 bee stings. And the whole reason why I ended up getting stung, besides helping to remove the toxins from my body, I was also doing the night told that I am now the beekeeper. And I used that connection now with the bees the next morning in a client session where I went into the consciousness of cocaine, and am now healing the consciousness of cocaine with the help of the bees. But I guess I needed to go through that first to be, I guess, initiated. So knowing that the day before, I never would have guessed I would have been using that in a client session, but that's exactly what happened. So take those things in stride, and yeah, sometimes things do happen for a reason, but don't get caught up in it. Just let it unfold. So I'm going to bring in some beautiful energy from the mountain and from the ascended masters. To you, my dear ones, okay? Kalaya to shiwala mona moko talaye ki pakota poko chalabona na talaye ki tu wala bokoye tapalaya moko kalala ya to lawoye chikiti minya na mona moko ya bo kalalaya kayala wokuchi ti minya na moko chi talala kayato yikichi minya na moko chalabopokya. Alrighty, there's a beautiful heart, some heart work going on. My love to you. Bye bye.